So, episode 3 of Sean Combs' The Reckoning, titled Official Girl, really focused more on his relationship with women and his brand, right? We already talked about Pac, Biggie, them getting killed, and how Diddy was in like connection to that in some way, shape, or form. Now we're talking about his relationships with women and how he officially did eventually get with Kim Porter, who was Albie Short's ex, having kids with Kim Porter. Then we talk about his brand and how, you know, he's trying to be this pop culture icon and using his brand to again sell his lifestyle, things of that nature. A funny part of the episode is when they're talking to Mark Curry, who was part of Bad Boy, and how he had to coach him and produce him how to sing "Come With Me," and how he would sound like Kermit the Frog until he produced him. Probably the most hilarious thing out of the entire doc thus far. Like, Mark Curry was violating, bruh. And then he talked about the club shooting in 98, 99, how Sean basically took the fall for him, and how Sean was being represented by Diddy's lawyer, which Diddy's lawyer was more focused on getting Diddy free, so therefore Sean got short end of the stick, Paul. So it's just crazy how like all these things was going on. And even they talked about before the shooting in the club in 99, 8 months earlier, he talked about how he was already, Diddy was already in trouble for beating up Steve Stout because he betrayed himself on a cross on the Hate Me Down music video with Nas. And how somehow he got out of that because Steve Stout refused to talk to the police. It's just like he kept escaping every single time. And so, of course, he escapes jail. But that incident with Steve Stout escapes again with the shooting in the club with Sean. Sean somehow takes all the rap and gets 10 years while Diddy just walks free. And then from there, we talk about how Diddy changes his image. It kind of gets away from hip-hop altogether and gangster rap, all that stuff he tried to do in the 90s. He switches it into, now I'm going to be a mogul. Right, I'm gonna be a brand. I'm gonna do Sean John clothing. I'm gonna be a reality TV star, right? And how I'm doing making the band, Day 26, Diddy King, right? All that stuff, and it works for a long time. And they talk about the weird relationship between him and Aubrey and him and Dawn. How Diddy clearly had his picks. How he sent this weird email to Aubrey, which was crazy, like just off the wall, bad crazy. Like I don't even want to repeat what he said in the email to Aubrey. This was like 2008, I want to say. So this was smack dab in the middle of the height of Diddy King and making the band and all that stuff, and how Aubrey like really couldn't do anything. Like it was her boss. Like, just no one for her to go to outside of the police. Like, and it's like, there's nothing she could do. But then again, Diddy, as being Diddy, always changes stuff up. He eventually goes from Day 26 and Diddy King to Dirty Money with Dawn, who was from Diddy King. And I can't never remember the other girl name. Like Shanique, it was just like Shanique, Kalani or something like that. And Kalani's in the doc, but Dawn is not. And crazy story about Diddy first meeting Kalani, who he was playing like the demo for Strobe Lights, which is on the Dirty Money album, and how he came out there with a shirt and boxers on, like, yo, this song is crazy, yo, give me something for this song, da 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 da. And Kalani just comes up with the lyrics of the song, like just off rip, and now they're like the best of friends. Meanwhile, Diddy's with Cassie, but then Cassie's getting like all this special treatment. Was with Ryan Leslie, who originally is the one that was helping curate and produce Cassie. Then Diddy finds a way to stiff arm Ryan Leslie out of there so that Diddy can solely be the person producing Cassie. Then winds up getting with Cassie. Meanwhile, he's also still with Kim Porter, and it's just this whole crazy thing. Like I remember Ryan Leslie. Like he was one of the ones. I think low key, he kind of he also got shafted because of the whole situation. Meanwhile, Diddy's also being the brand ambassador for Ciroc, which I remember when that started. And now again, he's just this icon. He's getting all this money from these brands, and he's selling lifestyle. He's selling all these different things. Meanwhile, he leaves Kim Porter, or Kim Porter leaves him, and now he's with Cassie. Cassie has like a hit album. And then he talk about the crazy relationship that Cassie and Diddy have, which just all over the place. So then again, like, bro, I think I said it during the watch along. Like, he is like the Shang Tsung of Hollywood. Like, he gets everyone's talent and finds a way to make it his own. He takes people's production, he takes people's writing, like, and make it as if it's his own, right? Don't worry if I write rhymes, I write checks. That's what he said in Bad Boy for Life. But he does all these different things, right? To where he don't have an actual, like, it's so weird. Because he has an eye and ear for talent, but he doesn't have an actual, like, talent, like, for real. Like, he can't really write, he can't really produce, can't sing, barely dances, but he finds a way to use the right people to stay relevant, to stay within the pop culture, all these different things. And so that's his talent. And again, him being a brand ambassador for Ciroc and being a reality TV star with Making a Man, all these different things. Then he talk about, I want to say, what year was that? I forget. I don't know if it pinpointed the year. I think it was 2010 is when him and Cassie starts getting into, like, getting male gigolos and stuff. And that weird relationship to where Diddy at first will watch his girl get with this male gigolo. And that lasted for 8 years. 8 years that lasted. And so they talk about that weird relationship and how Cassie has to keep asking permission to be with the gigolo while Diddy was in a corner somewhere watching and telling him, oh, that's good. No, that's not good. Yeah, you can do that. No, you can't do that. I was like, what? It was just like, bro, like, he was a complete control freak. And then again, they go back to his relationship with Kim Porter and how back in the mid-90s, he somehow got a cut on his wrist, whether it was from a fight with Kim or somehow he got a cut on his wrist, which eventually will lead to him. Because before that, Kirk, who was part of Bad Boy that helped start it, talked about how Diddy did not do drugs, he didn't do alcohol, none of that. But when he got that cut on his wrist, which most likely happened because he got into a fight with Kim, even though one of the guys said he never saw Kim get hit. I think one of the bodyguards said he never saw Kim get hit or nothing like that. She wasn't going to, you know, she wasn't going to let that go down. Still something that happened between Kim and Diddy to where Diddy's wrist got cut. So he has to go to the hospital, get stitches, and he had to get pain pills, and eventually that's what leads him to starting to do drugs, get addicted to drugs, which leads to the gateway to him doing all these weird drugs, right? They talk about that and how, again, when him and Cassie, you know, is with this male gigolo and all the different stuff, and him being on all these different drugs, pig coke, all these different drugs, like everything, right? And how I think the male gigolo was like, yo, I ain't never seen him off of drugs. Like, he's always on drugs. I was like, wow. And so they go from that and they cut back to present day. Again, this is September 2024, where it was only like 6 days away from him getting arrested. And Diddy is out and about going to Harlem amongst the people. He's like, I gotta be amongst the people, right? And just getting all these pictures and people in this, like, restaurant, whatever, getting pictures with him, signing autographs, shaking hands. I think he was even out there with, like, Jim Jones. Like, he's amongst the people, right? And one of the dudes, I forget who it was, says Diddy never really like being around a lot of black people. He only liked it when it benefited him and when he could use them. However he did. And that's like, wow, that's crazy. Because everything about him is about black excellence and, black empowerment, all these different things. And to learn probably is true. Again, we're not in Diddy's head, but it's probably true that he never really rocked with us like that. And he only used us for the fame, for the money to buy his Ciroc, to buy all these different things that he was selling us, to buy his albums. But at the end of the day, he never really rocked with us. And it almost rings true because he has a conversation when he's back in the car and he's documenting everything because, again, this guy's a narcissist and he believes that he's going to get away scot-free. And he's in the car talking about, man, I got to take $1 billion. I need some hand sanitizer. I got to take this hot bath and be doused in bleach and all these different things. Like, I've been amongst the people. And, I shook a lot of hands. I did a lot of hugs and just nasty. Like, he was talking to the same people that he used for whatever reason to be out and about because probably his celebrity friends don't want to be nowhere near him. So he talks about these same people that he was dapping up, taking pictures with, using them for whatever self-confidence issue he probably was having at the time, or whatever publicity he was trying to use it for, only to talk down on them. These same black folk, by the way. Everybody was black that he was just talking down on. Like, it's crazy. And then we go back to talking about Cassie and how Cassie, was in this weird relationship with Diddy, man. Like, it was just crazy. Like, there'd be times where Cassie, like, just wanted to chill with male gigolo dude. I don't remember the dude name. So, but the escort, we'll say escort. And one time I think they were like at a bar, and Cassie tried to give old boy a drink, and Diddy was like, "Don't give him no drink," and she still gave dude a drink, and Diddy started wilding out, and Diddy and Cassie, like, I think Diddy and Cassie got into some type of argument or disagreement, and just eventually, like, Cassie tries to run away. Diddy eventually catches her. And then, like, 30 minutes later, after being, like, at a hotel, she walks out with Diddy like nothing happened. And the escort is talking about all of this, like, just crazy. And again, another time where he was with Cassie sexually. Diddy gets jealous, jumps on Cassie, right, and tries to have sex with her. Cassie's smirking at the escort. And Diddy wilds out again. Like, you think he look better than me? You think he bigger than me? And the escort's like, yo, what's going on? Yo, chill. He's like, you ain't gonna do nothing, huh? Right? It's just this weird power trip, ego, narcissistic type of thing going on. And they eventually show the footage of Cassie in the hotel escaping from Diddy and then getting beat up by Diddy, which leads to the lawsuit of other people coming out and talking about their story of them being sexually or physically abused. Dawn, the same Dawn that was in Dirty Money, the same Dawn that was in Dirty Money and all these different things, which they also showed a video of him talking to his mans like, oh, Dawn dropped the lawsuit. And they're like, Dawn? And he talked to another guy like, yeah, Dawn dropped the lawsuit from Dirty Money. He's like, Dawn? Like, these people around Diddy don't even know, like, what's going on. Like, they just, I don't know who are these people around Diddy during this time. Again, this was September 2024. But it's like, yo, it just shows you, again, I go back to the video of him beating up Cassie was already out. Yet people still want to be around him. People still want to take pictures with him. It's just crazy. But I think her name Joy Dickinson, Neal, saw the Cassie videos. Like, now she feels validated because she's gone through her own issues with Diddy, and then she does her lawsuit, and like 100 lawsuits come out towards Diddy, and currently there are like still 77 pending. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Diddy talking about God told me not to do nothing. I'm not gonna do nothing because God told me not to do nothing. And how can Dawn do that to me? She was just on my last album. Now she's gonna out me like I'm this big monster. He's talking in the camera about it. He's talking into the mirror, in the bathroom, not I guess bathroom mirror or hotel mirror, right in his room. Like he's not even talking to the camera. He's talking to the mirror. Like how dare you like go against me? Like you was just on my last album. Like now I'm this big monster. Like nah, F that. Like we ain't going like that. Like it's just crazy. Now I really think in Diddy's mind, he's the victim. Everybody's trying to come after me. The media, all these people, ungrateful people trying to only get me for money. Like he really believes in his brain, in his heart of hearts, that he's the victim. It's just crazy, bro. Just crazy and sad. But yeah, that was the episode 3, Official Girl, which is a song by Cassie. And yeah, we really see the mindset of Diddy to where he really don't give a damn about anybody or anything. He only likes to use people. It is sad. Again, I can't get over how that video comes out and how people were still willing to fraternize with him, to be around him. Like, I just don't get it. I really don't get it. That's crazy to me. And again, I can't believe that conversation he had talking about after being out and about with those people, those same people, talking about, man, I gotta scrub myself down. I gotta take a billion showers, man. Like, wow. But yeah, that was episode 3 of the Official Girl review. We got one more episode left. Let me know how you felt about the episode. Like, comment, subscribe, share all the things. Ain't got like a home too. Gotta get to stepping. Peace.
Did you tell me this was over? There ain't no use talking it over. Yeah, or can you try to tell me sooner? Or can you tell me it was over?